You have the skills. You also have the credentials. You've even been told that you're one of the best on the team, but somehow you keep getting overlooked. You don't get promotions. You don't get put in leadership roles, no recognition, no nothing. If you ever thought, gosh, what more do I need to do? What more do I need to prove? You're not alone. This video is for you, and I'm going to tell you why you keep getting overlooked. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Frustrated to Fluent. I'm Devin Bruce. I'm the founder and CEO of the English Communication Academy. We help non-native English speakers in healthcare communicate effectively with their patients, colleagues, and staff. And in today's current job market, especially in healthcare, it's not just about how skilled you are. It's about how clearly, confidently, and strategically how you show up. And in this video, we're going to unpack exactly why highly skilled professionals like you keep getting passed over and over again and what you can do to change it today. All right, let's get to it. Now, when it comes to getting a promotion in healthcare, I want you to know something. Being excellent is expected, but being seen as a leader, that's earned through something else entirely. So let's bust the biggest myth first. Promotions in healthcare are not a reward for hard work. They're a signal of leadership potential. And leadership isn't just how well you treat your patients, colleagues, or staff. It's about how well you communicate under pressure. You build trust with colleagues. It's how you make decisions and defend them clearly, and how others perceive your ability to lead teams, not just to perform tasks. I know that's a bit of a hot take. But many internationally trained professionals were taught to work hard, which makes sense. Also, you've been taught to probably stay humble and just let your results speak for themselves. But in healthcare systems, especially Western healthcare systems, and especially when you're trying to get into leadership positions, results alone are not enough. You need visibility, strategic communication, and a leadership presence that helps others trust you and roles with more responsibility. So if you ever thought, I do more work on my team than anyone else, they always ask me for help, but they never promote me. Why did they get a leadership role and not me? It's likely not about your skill, but it's about how you're being seen. And also what you may be unconsciously signaling in conversations, meetings, and evaluations. Now, let's talk about the invisible barriers as to why you're not getting promoted. You're not unqualified. You're unheard, misunderstood, or underestimated. Let's break down the three biggest barriers that's keeping you stuck. Number one, language nuance. You might speak fluent English, but that doesn't mean that your message is landing. In high stakes environments like healthcare, you need to sound a specific way. First and foremost, you need to sound clear. So no overly overcomplicated grammar, big fancy $1 million words, or being extra polite to water down your point. You need to be confident. So a nice firm tone with no rising intonations to make you sound unsure. And you also need to be concise, meaning you get to the point. Don't over explain. Here's a simple example. Instead of saying, maybe we could possibly consider an alternative option if that's okay with everyone. You can just simply say, here's a recommendation based on what I've observed. The first one sounds hesitant and the other sounds like a leader. Number two, cultural programming. In many cultures, deference to authority is often a sign of respect. But in Western healthcare systems, especially in the US, UK, Canada, speaking up is considered taking an initiative, and being direct is seen as a leadership trait. That means if you wait to be asked, others will assume you have nothing to contribute. If you soften your message to avoid sounding aggressive, others may think that you're indecisive. And unfortunately, the workplace doesn't always adjust for this. So it's really important that you know the rules in order to play the game strategically. And number three, bias and stereotypes. Okay, let's be honest here. There's accent bias, there's name bias, there's country of origin assumptions. These are real. Even subtle things like being asked, Well, where are you really from? Or getting interrupted in meetings, having your ideas ignored until someone else repeats them. These aren't just in your head. They're real and they're a part of a system that favors familiarity over brilliance. But instead of shrinking, the key is to out communicate the bias, not with perfect English, but with clear, confident, leadership aligned English. Now, let's talk about the promotion formula. If you want to grow in your career, you can't just work harder. That's going to burn you out. You have to communicate like the leader you already are. Here's what actually opens doors to leadership roles. You need to be clear and you need to be strategic with your communication. So, again, this is not just about grammar or vocabulary, it's way more than that. It's about how you present your ideas. Use short, structured sentences when explaining medical decisions or if you're advocating for patients. Always lead with the main idea, not the background story. Make sure you use confidence with phrases like, here's what I recommend based on the labs, or my assessment shows XYZ, and here's why that matters. And please stop asking, does that make sense? Start saying, let me know if you'd like more detail. It's the same message, but a completely different power. Also, make sure that you're visible with purpose. Being invisible is the fastest way to get overlooked. Make sure you're speaking up in team meetings. Even short contributions build trust. Volunteer for small leadership roles like onboarding new staff or mentoring students or leading small QI projects. Make sure that you keep a brag book or a success journal so when it's time for evaluations or applications, you don't forget all the value that you've brought. Make it easy for people to see you as a leader because leadership, it's not a surprise, it's a pattern. Also, make sure that you're using leadership language. Let me clarify that. Leadership isn't just what you say, it's how you say it. So, for example, instead of saying, maybe I think we should, you say, I recommend we consider, or I'm not sure, but you can say, here's one way we can approach this. Instead of saying something like, sorry, just a quick thought, you can say, here's a quick idea to explore. Remember, those small shifts create massive perception changes. You go from sounding like someone waiting for permission to someone others naturally follow. Also, make sure that you advocate for yourself early. Don't wait for that formal review. Start expressing your leadership interests now. You can start saying things like, what would a growth plan look like if I wanted to move into a supervisory role? Or, I'd love to shadow someone in a leadership position for a day or two. Who would you recommend? That shows initiative, foresight, and professionalism. And most importantly, it helps your managers see that you're someone who's already thinking like a leader. Now, I want you to know something. You didn't move to a new country, earn advanced degrees, pass certifications and exams to sacrifice your life just being stuck. You're not too quiet. You're not too foreign. You're not too much. You're ready, but the system, it won't shift until you do. So shift into leadership communication. Step into a clear, confident presence. Speak like you belong because you do. All right. If this video helped you, please hit like and subscribe. I post new videos every week to help you build real world fluency in healthcare. Also, please share this with other non native English speakers. I am on a mission to close the language gap. And if you want some more quick fixes, please download my free guide, 10 phrases every healthcare professional should know. It's simple, it's fast, and you use real world examples in healthcare that you use all day, every day. If you want the free guide, the link for that is in the description box below. And if you like these videos, check these other ones out too. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Take care.